Hi everybody, old guy here, and I thought I'd do something a little different this time. I'm gonna take a shelf, this one, at random, and just see what's there. Now, this is going to be as much of a surprise to me as it may be to you, because I just shove things willy and nilly and really have no idea what's actually all there on that shelf. So, there's a good chance this could be a heavily edited video. Let's start. Well, first thing I've got are two of the collector, or I don't even know what the book, there's a word and it's escaping me, about how when you collect the books together in a little bookcase like this, bookcase versions of Lord of the Rings. I think this one is the better one because it's The Hobbit is included. This one I think is the older one. What is this? This is Ballantine, and this is also Ballantine, but I think this one came later. Manhattan bus map. WMMR, Philadelphia, they rock. My American University cup from the time that I worked there and went to school with the Woot Monkey. See no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. I think this is a bank. Yeah, it's a bank. Now this is the first collection in which I was ever first published. I have a story in here called Fletcher's Farm, and I'm always appreciative to Ahmed Khan, who edited this collection, for giving me the opportunity. This is another collection in which one of my stories appear, called Ruthless, and the story is called The World Without Souls. Don't think you really want to read it. Another anthology in which one of my stories appear, called Every Mother's Son. Look at that. A library version of the Golden Apples of the Sun. This thing is so old the pages are turning yellow. We've even got a little blurb that's put in there, and of course it says salvage. One of my mini anthologies, modern masterpieces of science fiction. This is by Sam Moskowitz, and the stories in here, let's see, what have we got? Pretty good group. I mean, we've got Doc Smith, we got John Campbell, Jack Williamson, a story by John Wyndham. I have not read this one yet. On the list. 3 novels by Asimov, which I've already reviewed on this channel. So let's see. As you can tell from here, it kind of ranges. I've got 3 anthologies sitting right here. The World's Best SF Short Stories. Wolheim is the one who edited this. And SF4, which is a Harry Harrison edited collection with, Simak and Sheckley and Dish and Dixon. I have not read these 2 yet. And Full Spectrum 4, which is Aronica Stout and Betsy Mitchell, which also I have not read yet. Who's in this thing? Let's see. We've got Ursula K. Le Guin, L. Duchamp, Bonita Kale, Gregory Feely, Elizabeth Hand, Nancy Kress. Wow, where did this come from? One of my minis, Stephen Hunter's, because I am a Bob the Nailer fan, and this is a Bob the Nailer book. Or is it his dad? I don't remember. Harry Potter. I've got a few of them. Wish I had the dust jacket. James Blish, The Devil's Day. I don't know how many of you read Blish, but he did this whole series about that involved devils and gods and angels, and man, good stuff. Please Ignore Veredites by A.S. King, who's Amy King, who I actually know. We were once part of the same writers group online called Backspace, and I've met her a couple of times, and she's pretty cool. Tom Swift. Tom Swift and his diving seacopter. If you grew up in the 60s, and you're a boy in the 60s, then you read all of these. Even got a nice little illustration. Another anthology, Science Fiction Showcase, cost me $1.50 apparently. And who did this one? Mary Kornbluth. Wow. And who have we got? We've got Damon Knight and Theodore Sturgeon and Abram Davidson. I mean, wow, man. This is quite the heavy hitters. Also haven't read it. Generations of Winter, which I picked up on a Blue Plate Books raid, and I have yet to read it. It's a Russian story. It's, I believe it's about World War II. I just reading the blurb off real quick. It sounds a lot like a modern version of War and Peace. This was a book that I loved when I was a kid. I don't know how many of you have read it, but I saw it in a store and immediately had to grab it. I mean, look at that, 1958. This is a Newbery Award winning novel for kids, Across 5 Aprils. It's just the first edition, 1964. Another book I read when I was a kid. This one I picked up at a conference, S. Usher Evans. I don't know how many of her books you've read, but guys, this is Space Pirates, and this is really good stuff. Larry McMurtry wrote a book about collecting books. I mean, he had the giant bookstore down in Archer City, Texas, which was called the Last Bookstore. And I had the privilege of going down there when he decided to liquidate his stock, and I managed to get 2 lots from him. I actually have a blog post about that, which I'll put up in the front if you're interested in all the events. Of course, the Neil Stephensons, the complete Baroque cycle, Quicksilver, System of the World, and Confusion. Love these books. Highly recommend them. Well, my goodness, another anthology. David Brin, Orson Scott Card, and look who they've got on the front with Haldeman, Ursula K. Le Guin, Anne McCaffrey. Oh yeah, with signatures. I don't know how many of these are real signatures. I haven't really looked at. I think they're real. They don't look like they're auto-penned. What year was this? It's a Robert Silverberg edited book. It's a first edition. And let's see, this was 1999. Could be auto-pen, not sure, but let's see who we've got in here. Joe Halt again, David Brin, Robert Silverberg, Dan Simmons. Well, yeah, everything can't be perfect, I guess. But then we've got Nancy Kress. That makes up for it. What do you think? Are these auto-penned or are these real? Pat Frank wrote probably the best, the first true post-apocalyptic novel. It's called The Last Babylon. This is another practically unknown novel by him, which is also post-apocalyptic and pretty funny. It's about an event that happens which renders all of the men in the world sterile, except for one guy stuck in the bottom of a well who becomes Mr. Adam. Use your imagination. For those of you who grew up in New Jersey, this is a must-read. The Lost Legends of New Jersey. How'd that get in there? Another anthology. I said before that I probably have more anthologies than I do standalones. This is Raymond Healy, Nine Tales of Space and Time. I'm trying to see, let's see, when was this one? It's out by Henry Holt. It's 1954. So who have we got in this thing? Okay, big introduction. Campbell, some people I never heard of. Raymond Healy, Anthony Booker, or Boucher, I forgot how he pronounces it. H.L. Gold. I have not read this yet. This is a book by the Czech writer Arnost Lustig, who I worked for a semester as one of his teaching assistants. He's just the greatest guy, telling us stories about everybody, and I got this book, but I don't think that I had it when I was working with him, so I don't think I ever got him to sign it. But can't recommend Lustig's work enough. I'm a sucker for martial arts books too. Probably the best Orson Scott Card or Larry Niven and Jerry Purnell collaboration. I mean, this is a classic. What edition do I have here? Let's see. It's a book club edition. Never mind. And another anthology in which one of my stories appear. Let's see. Which one was this one? Oh yeah, it's a story called Cistern. Give it a read. It's a zombie story. And that's pretty much it for that shelf. As you can tell, eclectic, a mess, not filed in any kind of order, the way a real book lover usually handles their books, their bookshelves. Okay, that's it. Old guy here. See you later.